Hello, friends. It is another lovely Sunday evening here. It feels a little bit weird to be live right now because the sun is still up because daylight savings was today, at least here in the US. I don't actually know when it is in Europe because it's different, I think. At least daylight savings in the fall was different, so I would assume it's different now as well. I don't know. But yeah, it's very odd that the sun is still up and I'm live because that hasn't happened yet. But it's 6 o'clock, so I'm here. And Becca is here. Hello, welcome. I really like that picture that you recently posted with Snake. That was very cute on Instagram. I liked that one a lot. How are you? I hope you're doing well. How's your week been? And all that jazz. I thought I had slept in late today because my phone automatically changes. Yeah, so we feed our cats breakfast at 8 a.m. and on the weekends we tend to sleep in and like wake up at 8 a.m. to feed the cats and then like go back to bed. And I was asleep and all of a sudden my boyfriend just goes, "Ugh, it's 9 a.m." and I'm like, "What?" And then I remember daylight savings was a thing. So that was the start of my day. I was working and suddenly my head was attacked. He's like, I think I will pet you this time. I love that. I was just talking about that the other day about sometimes cats and dogs will like see humans petting animals and then they try and mimic that and pet them back, but they kind of just start smacking. It's so cute. I love it so much. Um, yeah, how has my week been? I've been doing a lot of reading. I'm currently reading House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski, which I don't have to hold up for you because it's on my nightstand because I've been doing all my reading in bed. It's been raining the past few days. Of course, it's really sunny now, but like yesterday, the day before, it's been pouring rain, and it's the perfect atmosphere for reading, especially that book. So that's what I've been tackling. Yesterday it took me 3 hours to read one chapter because that's just the kind of book that it is. But it's really good. I'm so loving it, and I will definitely be reading more this evening after my stream. Fair enough. I feel like a lot of people say that they need to read more. I feel like I need to read less, and only because I need a job. And so all of my time right now is just reading and writing, which is fantastic, but like money would be great. I only read before I go to bed. I fall asleep so quickly. That's fair. Do love reading when it's raining. Yeah, it's so nice. It's a great atmosphere. I cracked open the window so I could really hear it. It was wonderful. What else have I been doing? I tried to file my taxes, and it was like, it'll cost between $100 and $200 to file your taxes, and I'm like, I made $99 last year, and you want me to spend more than I made just to file my taxes that I don't technically have taxes to pay because I made so little? That sounds fake. So I texted my mom and I'm like, can you help me figure this out where I won't have to pay a bajillion dollars? And so she's going to help me next weekend when I go visit my parents. Book is due to the editor next Monday, so I'm in crunch mode. Ooh, exciting. I've been doing a ton of writing too. I hit 20,000 in Space Dragons today, which means I'm on par with my 2,000 words a day. There have been a couple of days that I did not hit that, but then other days like made up for it. So killing it. I'm having a great time with Space Dragons. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Ugh. Yeah. Taxes are dumb. I don't understand why the government doesn't just do it for us. Hello, Lynn. Welcome. How are you today? Yay! 20,000 words. It's crazy that my estimate is that it's going to be about 100,000, and to think that I'm already a fifth of the way to that goal, wild. Because I just started this at the beginning of the month, and I'm kind of just flying through, and I hope that continues. Thank you. Space Dragons is very good. I've been controlling myself and not going to my brain rot project sometimes. I haven't started writing the brain rot project, and I think that's the key, because if I were to start drafting City of Blood is what I've been calling my brain rot project, then I know I would forget about Space Dragons. So instead what I've been doing is I've been doing my Space Dragons work, and then once I've gotten my work done on that for the day, then I do miscellaneous things for City of Blood, which includes like playlist and Pinterest board. And like right now, I'm watching the latest Secret Sleepover Society Bloodborne video, because that was the thing that inspired City of Blood in the first place. Was this couple that I watch play video games on YouTube started playing Bloodborne, and I'm like, dang, these vibes, killer. And then I came up with a story. So, I do get my Space Dragons work first. Yeah. I'm just gonna stick to self-publishing. Like, I understand some people go the hybrid author route, but I don't think that's for me. I'm just gonna self-publish all of my stuff. And if later on one of them hits it big and a publisher is like, hey, we want to republish this as like a traditionally published book, like maybe I would go like that. But like I know a lot of stuff has gotten noticed that way. Not a lot compared to how much stuff is out there, but like people have hit it big with self-publishing and then gotten picked up by a traditional publisher that way. And I don't think I would say no to that if that were to happen to me, but I'm also just content self-publishing my stuff. Like, I enjoy it. Took the weekend off from writing and it was so weird. I didn't know what to do with myself. Very fair. Yeah. It does happen, especially now with like TikTok and thing, being able to make books blow up in an instant. Um, it's crazy how you hear stuff like that happening, or like fan fiction becoming so popular that a publisher is like, hey, we want you to file the serial numbers off and publish this as a regular book. Like, kind of anything is possible nowadays in terms of publishing, and it's just wild. I don't have one particular video, but it's something that I like just talk about in my videos and stuff. Um, I did when I released Revelry back in what month was that? September. I did like a live celebration thing, and part of that was a Q&A where people were asking about like, why did you choose self-publishing? How did you do all of this stuff and blah blah blah. And so I answered questions there, but I've never really sat down and been like, this has been my journey so far. And I think it's just because I'm still really new at it. Like, I just published my first book 6 months ago. Oh my god, it's been 6 months? Oh, wow. Technically a little bit more, because the release date was September 1st, but with Amazon, you kind of just hit go live, and it takes up to 3 days, and sometime within those 3 days, it'll put your book up. And I think it technically went up like August 29th or something, but September 1st is what we say the release date for Revelry was. So, wow. Happy 6-month anniversary to my book. That's crazy. Yeah, I talked about it a little bit in that stream. Publishers know that you've done most of the work, so they don't have to. Very fair. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. I hope you guys are all staying hydrated. I have a very not appetizingly colored drink. It's Arizona green tea. I'm going to take a sip of that now because my mouth is getting dry. Thank you. I should have made a post about it, but now it's like over a week late, and I just post on Instagram anyway. I'm doing my best to like be consistent on Instagram now because I've gotten the YouTube consistency down, and I've sort of gotten the Ko-fi consistency down. I don't post like on a certain day, but I'm good at posting on Ko-fi when I hit some sort of writing milestone. Like today, I posted for hitting 20K in my draft, and so Instagram I'm trying out 2 posts a week, and it's tentatively Monday and Thursday. I've done it, I think the last 2 weeks I've been successful at posting then. So we're gonna see how long that lasts. I'm not planning out my Instagram content the same way I plan out YouTube. My YouTube content, I plan like 1 or 2 months in advance. Instagram, I have a note on my phone that is a list of things I think would be cool posts, and I'm just gonna post them when I get to them. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that long ago. Time has been flying. Bought a bunch of green tea thinking I'd start a habit of drinking it every day, and I've had it once, and that was 3 months ago. I need to actually start doing it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hot beverages, but like iced tea, I really like. So, I also really like iced coffee. That's something that I've been getting into in the past year or so. I feel like I just read your 10K Koki update. Yeah, that was technically I hit 10K on the 5th, but I didn't post about it until the 6th because I hit it at like 11 p.m. at night, and I'm like, I'll just post about it tomorrow. So it's only been 4 days since the update went up. But that's because I'm on track with writing 2,000 words a day. And if I feel like my update every 10K posts are getting too frequent because I don't want to like bombard people with these posts. I can scale it back if it starts happening too much if I'm too successful as a writer. um, yeah, I had something I was gonna say and then it's completely gone. It'll come back to me if it's important. You can stew it and then put it in the fridge to make it iced tea. Yeah. I just something about hot beverages is just not for me. I do like peppermint hot chocolate, but obviously only when it's cold out. But I will not really drink hot coffee or hot tea. A good problem to have. Yes, exactly. We want the good problems. We want to be so productive and inspired by our stories. So, I think it's about time we get into a sprint because gotta have a couple of those. Let me know what you guys are doing. I will be doing my usual like bullet journal, end of the day, end of the week stuff, pulling my tarot card and everything. Becca also likes peppermint hot chocolate. Great taste. I did not pick out any timers for today. I decided we're just going to do random ones again. So we'll pull this up and let me move my laptop screen out of the way so I can see what's on my big monitor. And we're going to hit shuffle. And is it going to give us a good one? Okay, so we're going to start off with a little baby 10-minute sprint. This is done by our friend Elaine. So, I feel like I never get the short ones, which now that I've said that, I'm probably going to get a bunch of short ones. And this is not the layout that I like. StreamYard. Yeah, a good starter. A nice little palette cleanser. Lynn's going to be working on a paint by number. Ooh, very fun. So I'm going to hit play on this, and I will see y'all in 10 minutes. And that was the end of our first sprint. Those 10 minutes really go by very fast. We had Morgan join us. Hello, welcome. Feel free to tell us about your day, how your week has been, anything you're working on this evening, all of that good stuff. I watched some of the Bloodborne video, of course. It's very good. I'm very entertained. I've got like an hour left. So I'll be able to finish that up while streaming on these sprints. I finished filling out my thing. Oh, I hit my microphone. I'm sorry if that made a sound. This is my box for today. So I just filled out all the stuff that I did today. Now I'm doing my reflection on the tarot card that I pulled for the week, which was the Five of Wands. So I'm doing that now. Then I will pull my tarot card for next week and make my to-do list for next week, make my to-do list for specifically tomorrow. And don't know what I'll be doing after that. We'll see when we get there. I was gonna say maybe I'll write, but I did already write 2,000 words today, and I finished off at the end of a chapter. I think it's a good place to end, so I think I'll leave writing till tomorrow. Can't read because my book is in the other room, which I guess I could go grab it, but we'll see when we get there. Morgan's working on finishing a client edit tonight. Nice. Becca got to write part of a scene. Yay. We've got a hello for Morgan. Nice. So it seems like we're all getting stuff done. I swear, the sun still being up is really getting to me. Maybe I'll move my stream later? Because these are meant to be end of the day things, which is why I was having them at 6 p.m. because that's when the sun was setting, so it was starting the end of the day. But now if the sun's not going to set till 7 or later, I might push my stream to be later. We'll see. 7 to 9 stream doesn't sound too bad. I don't know. I've already got my March one scheduled, so at least for March we'll still be at 6 on Sundays. But perhaps April, we will switch things up a bit and see how that works. Becca says, I'd really like to finish a couple of scenes by the end of the night. I believe in you. What section of the story are you working on? And we've got a hello back for Becca. For Space Dragons, I'm closing out Act 1 right now. So I think, actually I can check my index card outline right now. So these are the chapters I still have left to do. Where would the start of... I think chapter 13 is the break into 2. I don't know. When I was outlining, I didn't really plan out specifically this has to go in Act 1, this has to go in Act 2. I kind of was just doing it. I think chapter 13 is where we switch into Act 2. So I got a couple more chapters until I get there, but not very many. Hello, Grayson. Welcome. How are you doing? What are you working on this evening? Just peppering in some scenes I need to add for character development. It was such a sparse first draft. It was pretty much plot only. That's fair. My first drafts are usually pretty sparse as well, and then I have to add things in. I envy overwriters because, you start out with such a full draft, ugh, I wish that was me. Space Dragons is actually a lot bigger than other things I've written, not just because it's going to be a longer book, which definitely is, but I feel like I'm not underwriting as much as I usually do in a first draft. But I don't know. Maybe I'm evolving as a writer. Who knows? Oops, had an audiobook on while painting and didn't realize the sprint was over. It was a quick one. Those 10 minutes go by so fast. Give me a second to drink more of my tea. Most overwriters I know, though, can't delete anything. It's like word hoarding. That's very true. Yeah, I see that. I don't know. I also don't like deleting things. Like, sentences here and there, yeah, but if I have to delete a whole scene, I get so sad and I just shuffle it over to my, I call it my scene graveyard, and it's just a folder full of scenes that I've deleted from stuff. There's not a lot in there right now, but I imagine as years go by, it will get quite full. But yeah, like I said, I'm more in the camp where I have to add things with drafts rather than delete them. So there's already one thing in Space Dragons that I've passed where I'm like, I kind of have an idea for a scene here, but I don't know if it would be too repetitive. Like I can think of how it would like help bridge the gap between two things, but also it's kind of similar to stuff that I had already shown several chapters back, so maybe I don't really need it. We'll see. I put a note in my draft, and when I get to draft 2, whenever that happens, several months down the line, I will decide then. I feel like we should do another sprint because the first one was so short. Like, I know we're only half an hour into the stream, but like we've only done a 10-minute sprint in that time. But I mean, we did also just get a whole sprint in, so I do that too. I actually have 30k of Hexsphere with entirely different characters. Whoa. Wild. Yeah, I figured it. You meant another version of Hexsphere. That's gonna be me when I go to work on Project Labyrinth and also Dragons No Dragons. I drafted Project Labyrinth in 2021, and Dragons No Dragons is the book that I spent 8 months working on in 2022, and both need major overhauls. Like, I have full first drafts of both of them, but like they need to be shifted drastically. I do have Project Labyrinth 3 outlined. I did that last September. I know what I want to change. The whole like Act 2 is pretty much the same, but all of Act 1 and all of Act 3 are so different. So when I go back to Project Labyrinth, that's going to be fun. And then I've got like ideas of how I want to change Dragons No Dragons, but I haven't actually like figured it out, you know? Could always turn it into a novella from that world. Very fair. Novellas are very popular nowadays too. You get a 5-book series, but there's 15 bonus novellas that fill in all the nooks and crannies. I'm going to pull this back up. Make sure it's on shuffle. Nope, that says shuffle's off. Hello? Now it says shuffle is on. So we're going to press the skip button and see what comes up. We're doing another short one, guys. This is the 13-minute Bejeweled timer by the lovely Writing Violet. Well, it's longer than 10 minutes, at least. Yeah. The timer playlist said, why don't we do these small ones this time? Which is very fair. I feel like a couple of weeks ago when I had the playlist on shuffle, it was only giving us long ones. It tried to give like 2-hour long sprints, and I'm like, we're not here for that long. But yeah, I guess I will press the play button and see y'all in 13 minutes. And that was the end of sprint number 2. It's just starting to get dark outside, so I am glowing from the light of my many screens in front of me. How was that for everyone else? A nice 13 minutes. I can't believe we're not even an hour in. We've already done 2 sprints. That's crazy. I finished up my journaling stuff, pulled my tarot card and everything. I pulled the star for this upcoming week, which is a good sign. I like those vibes. I still have to make my to-do list for tomorrow. I have not done that, but once I do that, I don't have anything else planned to do during these sprints, so we'll see what happens. Becca did not finish the scene, but is getting close. Good. You think you're gonna finish it in the next sprint, assuming it's not 30 seconds long? Yeah, I actually pulled the star not last week, but the week before. So this is the second time in a matter of 3 weeks that I've pulled the star, which is fun. I like it. I'll take the good card. I'll take those vibes. Yeah, I should keep a running tally of how many times I've pulled each card. I think that'd be interesting to go back in my past journals and look at. This is the 3rd year I'm doing this, where I pull a card each week. I think it's the 3rd year. Whoa. Yep, the sun is setting, and here comes the yawning. I wonder what the most pulled card has been statistically. If it's more than 10 minutes, I think so. I hope we get one that's more than 10 minutes. Imagine if we just had a bunch of little mini sprints. I mean, that's one way to do it. It's not my way to do it, but maybe that's what the playlist has in mind. We'll have to see. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? We are here vibing. I'm glad you're here to join us. Oh, yes, I do remember the retreat. It sounded like so much fun. I hope you guys are really enjoying it. Gotten a lot done already. That's great. What's funny is I yawned and then you yawned. It's like you saw me. Yeah. That's usually it's the other way around. It's the people on screen who yawn and the people watching yawn afterwards, but you know what? We can do it backwards this time. I'm just waiting for Chloe to start crying at the door. She does that when it starts to get close to feeding time, and close to my cats means like an hour and a half before. So they get fed at 8, and by 6:30 they're like, hello, where is dinner? I don't remember if I clicked on that one. Maybe I did. Who knows? Huh. Yeah. Gremlin will just, if I'm sitting on the bed before dinner time, Gremlin will come and she'll sit at the foot of the bed and just stare at me. Chloe will actually come and be like, hello, it's dinner time, come on, come feed me. They're so cute. I love them so much. Today, they were both sleeping in the same window, because we have these giant windows in all of the rooms. Like, the bedroom has one, and then the living room has 5? 3 on one wall and 2 on the other. And so there's ample place for them to nap, and today they were napping in the same window, and it was adorable. They're so cute. It's also so funny because Chloe is literally twice the size of Gremlin when they are, in fact, the same age. Estimated. They are rescue cats, so there's no telling exactly how old they are. But, the people we adopted them from are like, yeah, we estimated their birthday to be in mid to late April. So, it's coming up. They're almost 2 years old. Wild. I should really start coming up with, like, actual topics of conversation for these streams, because it's usually just me rambling. Which I don't mind doing. I love talking. But, I don't know, some sort of conversation starter might be I don't know what word I want there. Helpful? Who knows? Who knows what goes on in my mind? Certainly not me. I kind of want to pull up another sprint, mostly to see what we get. So I'm going to do that because this is my stream and I can do what I want. So we're going to bring this back up and we're going to press the skip button and we're going to get. Okay. Okay, it's a 25. That's not bad. 25 is much bigger. We are getting there. A very big gust of wind just hit my window. That was loud. Becca says my brain has been fried lately. Yeah, 25. This is done. Oop, I'm scrolling on the wrong screen. By Laura. So we're getting all of our friends in there in terms of timers. This is the moving Aurora Borealis timer. Oh, I love the timers that move. They're so fun. Might finish the scene. Exciting. I have no idea what's going on outside. I don't think you guys can hear it, but there is so much happening. I'm gonna pull up the sprint now. So I will see everyone in 25 minutes. And that is the end of sprint number 3, because we've done 3 so far. We had Keiko join us. Hello. Welcome to Lurk. On the road to 10K. Best of luck with that. You got this. And we had Alora join us. Just ate pizza for dinner. Oh, pizza would be so good right now, honestly. I haven't thought about what I want to eat. Normally I eat before my stream, but I had like a bunch of snacks throughout the day, so I wasn't really hungry. Yeah, I'll make some oatmeal, some soup, something warm, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing. Well, I'll see. You guys won't, because it'll be after the stream, but whatever. Read Volume 2 of Killing Stalking last night and Volume 1 of Happiness today. Nice. Should be beta reading. Almost halfway through a romance novel. Ooh, do you want to share what it is? You don't have to, but I kind of want to know. Also watched the last 2 Doctor Who specials with my sister today. So fun. To which Becca was excited because she likes the new Doctor Who so much. Keiko got 274 at 8,892 total. So you just need 1,000 and some change. You got this. You can do it. Becca also has to figure out dinner. No idea what to make. Have you considered soup? That is my suggestion. That's always my suggestion because soup is so good. Didn't get to finish my scene because I got distracted by writing another scene, but they all have to get done, so I'm happy. Fair enough. The scene in my fanfic is super intense. Don't know how to pronounce that word. Of the Just. Never played the quest before. Watching it while writing, OMG, it's intense. Fair enough. Over halfway through Volume 2 of Happiness now. Nice. Let's see. I read the 14th volume of Chainsaw Man last week, because, like I talked about in my stream last week, last Sunday, my boyfriend and I went into the city, and one of our stops was the bookstore, and got volume 14 of Chainsaw Man, and read it before we even got back home. I will be reading Monster at some point this month, because that's on my TBR game TBR. Don't know when I'll get to it. And I'm going to try and read the whole thing. I mean, it's only 18 volumes, but it is quite dense. I've read the first volume before, but I'm going to reread it and then try and read all of it. Not sure how that's going to go, but I'm going to give it my best. Oh, Champions. Okay. Champions of the Just. And the fanfiction is Dragon Age. I don't know much about Dragon Age. I know some of the characters because I've got a couple of friends who are into it, but beyond that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is that Dragon Age? Who knows? I might not know anything about Dragon Age except for the fact that it is a video game that exists and people enjoy. I'm very much in my Soulsborne era right now, because not that I would ever play any of them, because I can't play that kind of game, but I'm just very much enjoying it. I watched, when I was in high school, I was very into watching people play video games, which, I mean, I've kind of gotten back into that now. And I watched someone play through Dark Souls 3, and that was my introduction to Soulsborne games. And then when Sekiro came out, my boyfriend really liked it. And then Elden Ring came out, and I love Elden Ring. I think it's so great. And the DLC is coming out, and I'm very excited for that because my boyfriend is going to get it on release day. He scheduled to have the day off so he can play it all day, and I will, of course, be watching him play. And now I'm watching a playthrough of Bloodborne and very much enjoying it, so. Happiness is reminding me of Tokyo Ghoul, vampires and such. Very fair. Tokyo Ghoul is good. I haven't watched any of it, but I read Tokyo Ghoul. I have not read Tokyo Ghoul Re, R-E. Not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it, but yeah. Lisa did 20 minutes of reading, making progress. Nice. What you reading? Is it good? I hope it's good. Yeah, Let's Plays are great. The new Doctor Who was a treat. Excited for the next season. I haven't watched Doctor Who in about a decade. I watched all of the old stuff that I could find, which admittedly isn't a ton, but like I've seen a smattering of like the older classic Doctors, and then I watched all of the Ninth Doctor, and then some of the 10th Doctor because I stopped watching when Rose Tyler was no longer part of it because I was very sad because I love Rose Tyler and I just could not go on. So that's my experience with Doctor Who. Watched a lot. I watch a lot, mostly because I either don't have the consoles or I'd be too fresh with the combat system or riddles. I'm too dumb for riddles. I get that. Anything that requires like timing, I can't play because my hands don't work very well. I have issues with my fine motor skills, so if I have to like watch an enemy to make sure I block and hit and parry all at like precise times and also like worry about moving the camera and all that stuff, that stuff's too involved for me. I just would not enjoy playing because I would not really be playing it. I tried to play um, Skyrim once, and I played for like maybe 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is not for me. Uh, any games that don't require that sort of stuff, though, I'm good with. Like Animal Crossing, I recently got back into Animal Crossing. So much fun. Today, I built a little bee/honey farm for Sherb and Big Top because their houses are next to each other, and I had like a little bit of space. So I'm like, they're lazy villagers. They talk about bugs a lot. Bees are bugs, so there's an item in the game that's like a little beehive like frame that like beekeepers have. So I put a couple of those out, and then there's jars of glowing moss that you can make yellow, and it kind of almost looks like honey. So I put a couple of those jars around, and I think it turned out really cute. I didn't play Animal Crossing for over a year, and now that I'm getting back into it, I'm kind of like revamping my island. I don't want to restart because I would miss my villagers too much. So I'm like taking some areas that I'm not super happy with and kind of doing new things with them. That's my video game situation at the moment. Lisa is reading A Series of Unfortunate Events, book 3. Nice. I love A Series of Unfortunate Events. It's so good. Oof, the sound design for the centipede scene in Tokyo Ghoul anime left me traumatized. You know, I don't remember the centipede scene, and I'm very glad that I don't. I read Tokyo Ghoul 2 Octobers ago. I think it was October 2022. Maybe. I don't know. My memory's not great, but I remember it being in the fall. Yes. And Laura stopped watching Doctor Who near the end of Matt Smith. Gotcha. What say we all do another sprint? That was very bad English. I'm curious as to see what the sprint gods will give us. So I'm gonna yawn apparently. I'm gonna pull this up, and I'm gonna hit the skip button, and it better not give us anything more than like 30 minutes, because I'm not gonna be here for that long. You know what? It would give us an hour. It gave us a 10, a 13, and a 25, and now it wants us to do an hour. I'm not gonna be here for another whole hour, so let's make it a 25. A 25:03, because I like this timer and I don't want to skip it entirely, but we're not doing an hour. I think there's actually a 25-minute version. Yeah, I could just watch the 25-minute cinnamon roll timer. But we're gonna watch the hour-long version cut down to 25 minutes instead. This is made by Pages and Paladins, if you were curious. They've got a bunch of really cute animated food and beverage themed timers. So check that out if that sounds interesting to you. I am going to make this full screen, and I'm gonna yawn again. And I will see you guys at the end of 25 minutes. Enjoy this last sprint. And that was the end. I am glowing green now. That was the end of our fourth and final sprint for the evening. Let me know how that was for you guys. Laura finished reading volume 2 on to 3. You are killing it. I just watched more of this Bloodborne video. I still have, can I do math? 13? Yes, 13 minutes. So I'll be watching that after I wrap all this up. Probably be my dinner time entertainment to watch the end of this VOD. Yeah, that was the end of the stream. So get your comments in while you still can. Do I have any news? There will not be a stream next week because I will be driving to New Jersey. Well, I'll probably be in New Jersey by this point. But I will be going to New Jersey, so I won't be here to stream. But I will be back the week after. So the 24th, I believe, is my next stream. Keiko got 502 words and is up to 9,412 total. Killing it. Oh my gosh, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, definitely go to bed. And a preemptive congrats on hitting 10k, I'm assuming tomorrow if you write. You're so close. You're doing great. What else is there? There's a Chaos stream on the 21st on my channel, so right here. And I'm very excited about that one. Yeah, I mean, if there's other things going on, I'll post about them elsewhere. But thank you all for showing up and hanging out with me this evening. I had a great time. I'm gonna click all the buttons and get going. I will see you guys around the internet. Bye!